One of the questions our clients ask me most often is whether they should have an app. Well, there's an app for that. Notwithstanding, having an actual app is often both overkill and the wrong call. A couple of weeks ago, I came across a piece at Read Write titled HTML5 Catches Up to Apple, and I realized I was reading a viewed from a whole different perspective article that addressed something I've been saying for quite a while to answer that question. But to me, despite my frequent musings on the topic of Apple's business practices and the reality that Apple is a marketing company rather than the technology company most people see it as, addressing the issue this way was something of a wake-up call. Because often, the best way to create influency is to simply remove choices. While designing websites and marketing influency campaigns requires careful decisions about things like the difference between building an app having a mobile-only website to mirror your regular one, or building a responsive presence and stopping there, the day-to-day ongoing reality is that your choices and the ones you give your potential customers need to be simple, and posing the question as app versus HTML5 is one way to change that app/responsive/mobile conversation. Oh, were it only that simple. Positioning HTML5 as the polar opposite of apps makes sense only until you realize that apps are apps, plural. Choosing apps as your mobile strategy, you're left needing to develop, maintain, and deploy both Android and iOS software, and even then you chase away anyone using a Windows phone. Sounds like I just said apps are a bad idea, right? I didn't mean that. Apps are a great idea if by using them you add something to your value equation. For example, Domino's Pizza has an app that makes ordering food far easier than deploying a mobile or responsive website could ever achieve, which gets you to order more Domino's. The Starbucks app, on the other hand, delivers no more value than much simpler apps from third parties. But when it's the right choice, HTML5 is both simple and platform agnostic. As an example, here's a quick HTML5 demo I worked up for a client a couple of years back. I emphasize both quick and demo because it's not pretty, and depending on the platform you visit from, it might play background audio or not. But remember, I'm merely a near geek. This was 2 years ago when HTML authoring tools had not yet evolved, and I cobbled this demo together from scratch in about 90 minutes, including recreating all the graphics. So listen. This plays on computers, it plays on smartphones, it plays on tablets, it doesn't care what operating system is being used, and it resizes the output to fit your screen, and I did that whole thing in 90 minutes. HTML5 is pretty cool, don't you think? What's interesting about the article at Read Write is that the discussion is about HTML5's rise in the minds of developers. Jason Calacanis, are you listening? It's one of 2 points in the piece that can only be considered to be at odds with each other. Point number 2 is that there's more money in iOS development. Both points are related to the evolution of tools versus toys. Toys are fun, and more people will pay more money for toys than they will for tools, but over time, tools win out in market development. So developers and business people alike need to find the balance point between revenue and market development, and that's the influency issue that relates to a discussion of apps, responsive web design, and mobile websites. Different situations call for different solutions. Small, simple issue, large, complicated background. Want to talk about it? I'm the answer guy, and I'll be back.